Alright, so this video is an example of actually using volume and surface area of a sphere. So we want to find the surface area of a sphere whose volume is given to be 12,348 pi meters cubed. So the two formulas that we're going to be using volume of a sphere, and we know that that's going to be 4/3 pi r cubed. And then we're going to be using the surface area of a sphere, and we know that's 4 pi r squared. So in order to find the surface area, we're going to need to know the radius. And since we know what the volume is, we can substitute that in for the volume in our formula. And we've got 12,348 pi is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. Alright, and since we have a pi on both sides, those are going to cancel out, so those cancel out. And what I want to do now is get rid of this 4/3, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 3/4. So 3/4 times 12,348, and then multiply this side by 3/4 times 4/3 times r cubed. So we see if we multiply these two together, we get 12/12, which is really 1, so we end up with 1 r cubed, which is just r cubed. And when we multiply 3/4 times 12,348, we end up with 9,261 is equal to r cubed. So in order to solve for r, we need to take the cube root of both sides. Cube root of 9,261 and the cube root of r cubed. And there's actually a cubed root button on your calculator under the math menu. And if you want to pause the video and see if you can find that, it's going to be important for you to find. We see that the radius is 21 meters. So now that we know that the volume is 21 meters, or the radius is 21 meters, we can go ahead and substitute that in for our formula for the surface area of a sphere. So we're going to have 4 times pi times 21 squared, which as an exact answer in terms of pi would be 1,764 pi meters squared, which is approximately 5,541.8 meters squared. So either of these answers would be acceptable. Check with your teacher to see what they want, or make sure you follow the directions to see if there's anything in the directions about how they want the answer. If you do have any questions, make sure you write them down in your notes and ask the next time you see your teacher.